2 goals, great game. Is it tough to come down when you know you're up and it's just a little break, it's a short send back, but is it tough to come down or would you rather have a break?
Well, no, I mean, obviously the break would be nice, but I'm glad I can play with the boys again. It's been great, and the boys just get going like a couple weeks ago, and they're on the fire right now. So I'm glad I can be here and help the team to win. It was a pleasure for me to play with them again and win the game, at home. So it's huge.
You came out, you scored 2 goals. How much more confidence are you playing with now after the success you've had up in the NHL?
Well, I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, I was confident before, but it wasn't probably that big. But right now, it's playing easy hockey, playing the way what coach wants, and it's getting easier for sure. But it's always a tough league to play in for sure. I mean, the AHL is not an easy league, so it was one game, and I'm glad for it for sure. And I just need to keep going and play good hockey.
It seemed like you had fun tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, obviously it was a great game because we won, but it doesn't mean like I'm not having fun down in Detroit, right? But it's something different here. I'm glad that we won, so it's been great.
It's almost as long as you're here, you might as well have a good time, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, with the boys, it's great to be again with them and having fun together. It's what we had last year and this year, so it was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, how fun is that?
It's fun. We got a good thing going here, and we knew how important this homestand was, and I thought that's a good hockey team over there. They have a lot of guys down right now, and we were able to come out on top. So,
what sparked you guys on this homestand? You knew how important it was coming in, but
one of the things is we got healthy. I think that was important. Getting guys like Rasmussen back down the middle, we shored that up, I thought. And you know what? It's that time of year where I think we were frustrated in San Antonio. We went about, if I'm correct, 5 games under 500, and we were frustrated, and we knew we could do one of 2 things, and the boys chose the right path. We played Milwaukee that next game, probably one of the best records in the league, and we've had some success against them. Getting that win kept that confidence in this room and that belief that we've always had there. We never lost sight of our goals, and we're starting to put ourselves in a good position. We knew how important this 8-game road stand is or home stand to make playoffs is.
You guys seemed to really take control in the second period. What was behind that?
I thought we had a good jump tonight. I thought that penalty kill, whenever you get a shorthanded goal, I think that's deflating for the other team and kind of a bonus for us. And I thought there's a lot of guys in this room that played with jump and was physical, and as frustrating it was to go back to 3-2 in the third period, we didn't waver, and when we got our opportunity on the power play, which it was a point of emphasis with the coaches after our Wednesday night game. We had some 5-on-3s, and we didn't capitalize, and it was probably for the best because we learned our lesson in that. We worked on some things, and I thought we executed it when we had the opportunity in overtime.
Take us through tracking that overtime goal.
The overtime goal?
Yeah, how you were tracking what was going on?
We drew up a few things. You still have to play hockey. You still have to make reads. But what we talked about in the room, give Coach Krieger the credit for that. He drew up a few things that would give us some success and create some grade A scoring chances. 3 or 4 things. We ran all 3 of them, I thought, very well, and the third one ended up going in the net.
So when Zadina took a shot, you were way down that side?
I mean, it wasn't, the play wasn't to go rebound to me, but it was a nice pass. Taro walks high, reads Zadina's, already scored there once tonight. Goalie made a nice save. I knew I'd sit right there with Ras taking his eyes away, and it was a nice tap in for me.
Is there anything better than scoring one of those?
Playoffs, but it's a good feeling right now, and we got a good thing going in the room. So some good vibes with this young group.
How much different is Filip Zadina now than, say, a year ago?
There's a level of maturity, not only on the ice, but off the ice that you're seeing, maybe even from earlier this season. There's a confidence in his game, but he knows the first thing he needs to do is work hard. And seeing him come back here and block some shots, get up on the forecheck, everybody's going to remember tonight his goals, but the thing I'm going to appreciate the most is he came down here and worked hard for us, and that's what we expect when they come down to help us for a little bit.
Well, for Gr, progress-wise, he didn't score tonight, but he had a couple chances. How do you see him progress?
Same thing. I think when you're 20 years old, this is a tough league, and when you're drafted high and there's high expectations, it's very hard to come in here. You don't know what to expect. You're told you're going to dominate. You're told you're going to take over this league, but you can't forget what got you here. And I think he learned that he had to put in the work really early on. And to his credit, he's putting in that work. He went to World Juniors. He went back and played that junior game, and I think that kind of got his confidence. Realized that there's a little bit of difference, and he came back here, and I think you're seeing some of his best hockey right now. And we talked about being up the middle. He's part of that. Having him back, he's hitting his stride at the right time of year. We've talked about having a young group and knowing that early in the season there was going to be inconsistencies, but kind of not losing focus of what the goal is. There's development, but it's also development through winning. And you knew if we can stay in the mix this time of year, we'd probably be playing our best hockey, and I think we are right now.
So would this be a time that you would appreciate some rest after being up, or is it great to be back with the guys, and how fun is it to come down here and win?
Yeah, it's really fun to be back here with the guys. This is where I started. I live here, my apartment's here, and come back here and play with all these guys again and have some fun and win. It's kind of nice.
How much do you miss winning with what's going on upstairs in the NHL?
Quite a bit. I'm a very competitive person. I love to win, so it's nice I got to come back here and play some games.
When you have a game like this, where you're coming up, and it's probably going to be a brief stop. I mean, how do you mentally adjust for what you have to do here?
Just go out there and take every game like it's my last game. And it doesn't matter what league I'm playing in. If it's AHL, NHL, just go out there and play my game.
Someone would argue, well, you have a lot more at stake, so you should be more careful.
Yeah, that's true, but at the end of the day, it's hockey, and I love playing hockey, so I'm going to go out there and give my full effort.
Did you feel like you never left? Or did
Yeah,
you feel different?
It felt like I never left when I started here. Coming back, seeing everyone's face again, and it's come back to my apartment and everything. I was away for a couple weeks, but it's nice to come back.
What do you feel like you notice the most when you come back down here? Is it space? Is it something else?
Oh, it's just mostly just like personnel. Who you play with, who you're playing against, and time and space is there. Guys are a little bit, up there. Guys are a little bit more stronger and sturdy. So down here, you can put lots of puck a little bit more and create some things.
How do you feel about the way it's gone up in Detroit of late?
I think it's been going pretty good. We've been the last few games we haven't been winning, but personally for my growth, I think I'm improving, showing strides, and playing better. So I just want to keep that going and just just keep building up my resume for next season, hopefully.
Have you reached a point where you feel like you belong?
Yeah, absolutely. I have.
Has that just recently happened? Was there a point where you could feel that?
Yeah, I'd say it started in September. I was playing preseason games, and I got sent down here to start the season, but that didn't break down. That didn't break me at all. I knew, my confidence level in playing in that league, and still to this day, I'll agree that I can play in that league.
What'd you do with the puck? First goal?
They kept it for me. They're gonna put it in a nice little case for me and give it to me as a little gift.
So you haven't been able to celebrate fully on the first goal. Does that mean the next one's going to get 3 times the celebration?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But how fun is that when you win a game in that manner?
I think the game in general is a pretty good game. It had kind of a playoff feel to it. obviously we added some players to add depth to our lineup, and they had some players down from Anaheim that have added depth to their lineup. So it's two good teams. We've matched up well against them in the 2 games prior before tonight that we played out on the West Coast, and I was excited. I think there are a lot of chances both ways, and I think that if I'm a fan, it was a pretty fun game to watch.
How much growth have you seen in Filip Zadina from the first time he played here till now?
Well, it's fun to see because you can see the progression, you can see the growth, you can see that he's actually learned from all the mistakes that he's made early on, and credit to him. He's improved. It is great to have him back here, and it's good to see him have success.
How gratifying is it when you know this is an important homestand and you come in knowing you got to get a bunch of wins?
Yeah, well, this before we got in this homestand, our goal was we had an opportunity to play at home and get the 500. We did that going into tonight's game, so we're sitting at 500. Our goal was we've got 2 games focused before playoffs. Focus on these 2 games, and we can check out for a day or 2 mentally. Then after playoffs, we've got 30 games left, and it's a 30-game season. And then we're going to start making our push.
How big a spark did you guys get from that shorthanded goal early in the second? It seemed like you guys kind of were able to take control after that.
Well, anytime you can score shorthanded, you're taking a little bit of a kill off a penalty. Like you get a little bit of momentum, you get a little jump in your step, and I thought that obviously a huge goal. Pearson drove wide, took a puck to net, good shot, and they've got a good power play. So. It energized the team. I thought it gave us a little spark, and we kind of fed off of that for sure.
How did you feel going into this game, having those 4 guys back? You were talking the other day about having a little bit of consistency, not so sure.
Well, yeah, that was a good talk. It just jinxed us, right?
Yeah, right.
No, well, we talked about this. Just because you get better players or perceived better players or players down, it doesn't mean you're a better team instantaneously. So when you look at last year, at the end of the year, when we got towards the end, they called a bunch of guys up. They sent 8 or 9 guys down. We lost how many games in a row at the end of the season. So it doesn't mean you're going to have instant chemistry. And sometimes when you get that many guys, guys aren't dialed in with the systems. There might be a little tweak that we do a little bit different than Detroit. There might be a little bit of disappointment getting sent down. There are all kinds of different mitigating circumstances with each player that might not breed for positivity. But I thought all 4 guys coming down, they A, played pretty well, and B, had a great attitude coming down.
Obviously, grow since the start of the season tonight.
Joe's done a lot of good things. He's skating. He's competing a lot harder. I think he's learned to compete more consistently for pucks on a consistent basis. He's a smart kid, and he's learned from those. It's great to see his mistakes are becoming less and less. He's continued to learn from those mistakes, and every young player's going to make mistakes. His play away from the puck's been better, and he's getting more confident with the puck.
At the World Juniors, it seemed like he hit more than I'd seen him do and carried over a little bit. How big has that aspect of it been for him and getting more the physical element?
Well, I think at any level, whether it's the American League, at the NHL, at a World Junior tournament like that, it's fighting for ice, it's fighting for space, and it's going to become a little bit more physical. So he's got to make sure that he's playing the right way, and he's doing a lot of good things. So we're pleasantly surprised, but we got to make sure we're harping on him to do it on a daily basis.
Good. Thanks, man.